I want to welcome you back to Black Side Sports tonight. We're going to talk about John Stockton on a podcast saying that LeBron James brought in ring chasing. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, comment on this video. John Stockton gave an interview on a podcast and he talked about how LeBron brought in a whole new era of basically saying ring chasing. John Stockton said if he would have stayed in Cleveland the first time before going to the Miami Heat with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, that he would have eventually won a championship. But he believes that LeBron James has brought in this era of putting together a team, a super team, to win a championship. And he says he does not like that. Remember, John Stockton and Karl Malone, spent his whole career with the Utah Jazz trying to get a ring. They never achieved it. But he believed that LeBron James brought in the super team. You saw it with the Golden State Warriors with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, but they had already won a championship, and Kevin Durant. And you see it with these teams today. When he went back to Cleveland, he had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. When he went to LA, he had Anthony Davis. It was a super team. And that's what he rejects about the game today. He believes that a team should work together for years and try and achieve a goal like Michael Jordan did with the Bulls, like Isaiah Thomas did with the Pistons, and other teams that went on to win championships. When you spent your career finally getting to that goal and winning that championship, now you see guys like Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn, going to Phoenix, trying to put together a perfect team with other superstars instead of staying with the team and winning one championship like Dirk Nowitzki did. Dirk Nowitzki, to me, is one of the great players of all time, but to me he's one of the most respected players of all time because he spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. He won one championship, but that one championship to me is like 3 or 4. For the simple fact, he was MVP. He failed several times trying to get to the mountaintop, but he finally got there in an upset win over the Miami Heat. And that must have been so gratifying for him to spend almost 20 years with an organization and bringing them their first NBA title and their only NBA title. And that's what John Stockton was trying to say. Yes, he did finally go back to Cleveland and win a championship. Then he shipped out of Cleveland to LA to put together another super team. And he feels though it's not good for his teammates. He said, can you imagine being LeBron James' teammates? He talked about the iffiness of being a teammate. You don't know if you're going to be here today or gone tomorrow. You know that LeBron James is partially the general manager of the team. He decides on what trades is going on, who stays, who goes. That's not great to be on a team like that. Okay? And that's what he was trying to say in this interview. John Stockton is considered one of the greatest point guards of all time. Basically has all the records when it comes to assists and games played. But I believe he was right. I believe LeBron James want to get a multitude of championships to get near Michael Jordan. But I think if he would have stayed in Cleveland, he would have had 2 or 3 right now. He may not have 4, but he had 2 or 3 right now. And it would have been much more respected. But when you go from team to team, trying to get this player, that player, bring me this, bring me that, trying to get a table full of food, so you can go ahead and win a championship. That's what John Stockton, pretty much an old school of thinking. That's what John Stockton is trying to say. But Magic is the new school. He believes it's much easier to go out there and put some guys together, a great team together, okay, and win a championship, because he believes they're all championships, especially in his mind when he's tracing the greatest of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So I believe what he was saying was true. John Stockton, he's a very thoughtful human being, very thoughtful man. He doesn't speak out much, he doesn't say much. But in this case, I believe he's right. I know it's a lot of King James fans who's going to disagree with me. They get angry. Them King James fans get angry. But you have to understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to say about how he has basically changed the NBA and the thoughts of how to get a championship. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site Sports. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.